Your child comes home from school and immediately retreats to their room. At dinner, they sit with the family but barely speak. Then a notification lights up their phone. Their expression shifts instantly, but when you ask if they're okay, they offer a quiet, dismissive, "I'm fine." Historically, bullying left physical evidence that a parent could see and touch. A torn shirt or a bruised arm provided geographic proof of where the harm was happening. Cyberbullying leaves no such marks. It exists as an ambient, silent threat, moving through group chats, social media feeds, and private messages that never leave the digital realm. This creates a unique tension for parents. You cannot physically stand between your child and an attacker on a platform you can't even see. Since the digital battlefield is hidden, you have to look elsewhere for evidence. To protect your child, you must shift your focus from monitoring the screen to decoding their physical behavior. Detection begins with establishing a behavioral baseline. You have to recognize what your child's normal routines and moods look like before you can identify when they start to deviate. The first category of deviation is device dissonance. This is a noticeable shift in how they interact with their phone, suddenly abandoning the device entirely or becoming hyperfixated on it at all hours. Watch for notification anxiety. On this graph, the flat line is the baseline. When a notification appears, we see a sharp, jagged drop in mood. This is a physical flinch or a moment of visible panic tied directly to the phone lighting up. We can also track a secrecy metric. When the mood drops, secrecy spikes. This manifests as the child physically shielding their screen or aggressively closing applications the moment you enter the room. You might also notice them rapidly deleting message threads or clearing their browser history. This is a measurable effort to erase the digital footprints of the distress they are experiencing. These are not just typical teenage mood swings. They are quantifiable, physical indicators that something is wrong in their digital life. Eventually, the stress of invisible online abuse forces a visible social retreat in the real world. You will see the metrics of this retreat in their daily life: a sudden loss of appetite, a decline in academic performance, or the abandonment of hobbies and friends they used to enjoy. To accurately verify if these changes are tied to cyberbullying, you must apply the rule of patterns. A single bad grade or one isolated mood swing is just data. But when we track behavior before, during, and after device usage, we look for these red clusters. A verified threat is confirmed by these repeated, compounding changes in behavior over time. Recognizing these patterns changes your role. You are no longer a bystander guessing at a child's feelings. You are identifying the physical evidence of a crisis that remains hidden on their screen. Identifying these behavioral patterns is the signal that an intervention is necessary. However, the way you initiate that intervention determines if your child will open up or retreat further. Most parents feel a reflexive urge to immediately confiscate the device or interrogate the child to stop the harm. But taking the phone away triggers a counter-reaction. To a child, losing their digital access is not a form of protection. It is perceived as a punishment that results in total social isolation. This creates a self-defeating cycle. Confiscation leads to isolation, which increases the child's secrecy to avoid further loss of their device. This fear of losing their digital life is the primary reason children hide cyberbullying from their parents. To break this cycle, you must create a safe harbor. This means prioritizing calm, non-judgmental observation over immediate reactive discipline. State what you have observed about their mood and explicitly tell them they don't have to explain it right now, but that you are ready to listen when they are. By combining consistent behavioral observation with this supportive outreach, you dismantle the barriers of secrecy. You provide the path for your child to step out of the shadows and ensure they never have to face digital harm alone.